Welcome to This Day program for this Friday, January 14th. I'm Paul Ortiz, and thanks for joining us on our program today. We have a great program for you today. Lisa Hart is going to be talking with Dr. Ivan Ho. He's with Pro Smiles, located real close to us here in Laguna Woods Village. A terrific gentleman, and he's got a great camera presence, so I think you're going to enjoy that very much a little bit later in our program. Also, the Comedy Club. I bet you didn't even know we had a comedy club. They've actually been around for quite a few decades now. Joey Sims is a great participant and a leader of that program, and Lisa Hart got a chance to talk to some of the representatives from the Comedy Club. Also, Lisa's going to be wrapping up January a little bit with our 2022 New Year's resolutions, and she'll be sharing that information with you as well. Well, let's take a look outside. This is going to be another overcast day, some cloudy skies for the next few days, and again, temperatures will be kind of what I've been saying for the last week. Temperatures in the mid-70s and nice, comfortable temperatures overnight. We are going to see quite a bit of cloud cover in the next couple of days, and from looking out like to the 10-day forecast, it looks like the sun's really not going to come out until probably Friday or Saturday. So nice, cool temperatures. If you like, that cooling off time, it definitely is nice to go out and do a lot of activities when the temperatures are cool. So, it's kind of nice to have that cloud cover. Well, let's take a look at that sunrise and sunset for today. I want to thank Alan Clark for sending us this photograph, and that is your equestrian center here in your community. Our sunrise this morning was at 6:54 a.m., and our sunset will be again at about 5:06 p.m. So, Alan, thank you so much for sending that picture to us. It looks like a beautiful sunset over there at the equestrian center. Terrific people over there, and if you ever get a chance, just take your grandkids over there. Get a kick at all those beautiful horses they have over there. So check it out right off of Moulton and El Toro Road. If you have a picture you'd like to share with us, be sure and email us at lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Well, we don't have any meetings scheduled for this Friday, but Lisa Hart will be joining you right after this break with Dr. Ivan Ho.
I started Sterling Financial under the premise that there was a need for integrity in this industry as well as quality service.
There's such volatility in the stock market. One day it could be up 100 points, the next day it could be down 500 points. Well, what we like to do is be able to have people go to bed and wake up the next morning knowing that their money is safe and secure.
That's what we try to do here at Sterling Financial Advisors, is to create peace of mind and quality of life in retirement.
Welcome back. As I mentioned, we have Dr. Ivan Ho here from Pro Smiles OC. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us in studio.
Thanks for having me, Lisa.
Now, we were talking a little bit off camera about how long you've actually been in the community. It's been quite some time, and you were on camera a while ago. So how long have you been in the community?
31 years.
Wow.
It's hard to believe it's been so long.
Yeah, so 31 years. But have you always had Pro Smiles OC here for 31 years?
No, it was formerly Ivanhoe DDS, and then when I moved to Rancho Santa Margarita to raise a family in the early 90s, it was called Platinum Dental.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we switched names.
Okay, good. So then you came back here.
Yes.
And now you've been here in the facility that you've been in for some time.
Yes, actually, originally back in 1992, I started here in Laguna. It used to be called formerly Leisure World, but now Laguna Woods Village. Off of Beckenham, off of Gate 4.
Okay.
And then moved out to Rancho Santa Margarita to raise my family.
Right.
Now they're grown and gone, even a grandpa now.
Oh my, congratulations.
Yes. And then my parents moved into here in Laguna Woods Village, and I'm back in the same building. So.
Oh, well, I sure hope they're watching today to see their son shining with his beautiful teeth. And of course, you are a dentist, so of course you have to be able to, model what it is that you do for a living.
Right.
So let's talk about your office. Tell me a little bit about some of the specialties that you guys do.
Okay. I actually specialize in Laguna Woods Village needs of the Laguna Woods. Because my parents are elderly, and my dad actually has implants and dentures.
Okay.
And when I first took over practice back in 1992, 95% of my patients were from Laguna Woods Village.
Okay.
So I'd grown a passion for this area.
Right. So you're helping them. And what are some of the ailments that they come to you with?
A lot of gum disease, a lot of missing teeth, broken teeth. Back in the days, I guess, when something's wrong with a tooth, instead of trying to fix it and save it, they would just pull it, not knowing the ramifications of the long-term effect that has.
Gosh, well, please tell me, what is the long-term ramification? Because you're right, people would just go, I just have one, let's just pull it, it's no big deal. Maybe you can't see it, maybe it's not right in the front. But what are some of the things that they need to be considerate of?
The first thing is the bone loss. When the tooth is missing, the supporting bone structure around there, the bone starts shrinking and resorbing. So in the past, a lot of times they use dentures, remove a denture, the hooks and clasps, and you put them on there. And over time, the teeth that they're connected to on the side also gets worn down. So it's a domino effect.
Right. So now we have a funny picture. I mean, it's not really funny, but I mean, it's kind of funny. Is that here we were talking about missing teeth. So this photo has a missing tooth right in the front. Would an implant obviously would help his smile look a little bit better?
Yes.
But then also, I mean, you put an implant in right there, or do you do a veneer, or how does that work?
Yeah, the reason, Lisa, I put this picture on is we're trying to lighten things up a little bit.
Yes.
to show you the importance of teeth. The first thing you notice are obviously his missing teeth, but no one really realizes he also has a missing eyebrow.
Oh, he sure does. But what is the first thing you see? It is missing tooth.
Yes,
That is
absolutely.
so true.
So I just want to, this is, of course, teeth and health is a serious issue, but I just want to be informative and yet lighten things up a little bit.
No, that is so funny. When I first looked at that, I'm like, oh, okay, I understand. He's just trying to show that they were missing a tooth, but I did not even know that. That is so funny. Now, when you talk about, gum disease, we brush our teeth, we probably floss, we do all the things that we're supposed to do, but you can still have gum disease.
Yes, research showed that 85% of adult Americans have some form of gum disease. The funny thing is it's completely preventable.
Okay.
And gum disease leads into gingivitis, periodontitis, and can lead to all kinds of serious symptoms. I have a whole list of them. For example,
Well, give me an example for sure.
Yeah, there's actually 20 of them here, but I won't list them all.
Oh gosh.
And
We
they're
only
all
have 10
directly
minutes.
related. Yes, they're all directly related. So yes, Lisa. Heart disease, cancer, diabetes, bone loss, inflammation, cardiac arrest, or stroke.
Wow.
The new one, aspirational pneumonia. What is that? It's the bacteria underneath the gums that's in your bloodstream that causes all these other ones, the dementia and everything.
Oh.
But the bacteria that gets released into the air and the breath, when you inhale it, it settles into your lungs. And that causes all kinds of problems as well.
Wow, so at what point would someone know that they have this type of gum disease?
Their teeth might start being loose. I, as a dentist, being around this a lot, I noticed a certain odor. I know it's not the most pleasant thing to talk about early in the morning.
Right.
But gum disease, periodontal disease has a certain scent to it that's different than other bad breath, such as ketone breath. Because it's caused by different etiologies.
Okay, so then if that was the case, then you would let someone know, and what is the process after that? Like after you find out that they have this kind of disease, then what do you do? Then
see a dentist, a good cleaning. Start with a cleaning, get rid of all the infection, and then maintain it, and then show the patient some home care that they can maintain it.
Okay, okay. Is like a mouthwash something that you would want to do?
Yes, a mouthwash, most of them are what we call cosmetic mouthwash. It makes you feel good, it makes your breath smells good, but it doesn't really go deep underneath the gums there.
Okay, okay,
Which
perfect.
is where the bacteria lives.
Yeah. Okay, good. So let's go ahead and talk about one of your patients who I think, what'd you say, he's 101?
Yes, Mr. Zipper, Harry, what a great guy, him and his son, and I'm starting a new thing. He helped me start this new thing. We became good friends, of course. All he wanted to do was have a piece of steak. For all these years, he couldn't eat a steak. I go, okay, so my goal is to fix your teeth so you can enjoy a piece of steak. And clearly, you can see, we became good friends. He invited me to his 101st birthday, and his son Moore is amazing. He takes really good care of him. And then I took him to his favorite steakhouse, which is Outback.
Okay.
It's okay if I name it, right? And there he is eating his first piece of steak there. So
I love it, and it was no issues, no problem. How long did it take him from start to finish to fulfill his dream of having the teeth?
Great question. It depends on how involved the case are. If you have implants already, we make some new set of dentures that fits well. And the key thing is when you're biting down, the forces, instead of transferring to your gums, is transferred back to the implant, back to the bone.
Okay.
So a perfect set of dentures without implant support is only about 30% of your biting force.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But if you have the full implants, then how much do you get?
Probably up to 80 to 90%
Oh,
back.
okay. All right. That is awesome. That is great. Now, one other thing. If people would like to know how to get in touch with you, who should they contact?
My phone number would be great.
Yes, phone number and your website?
Yes. ProSmilesOC.com
Okay.
or 949-880-6638.
All right. That is awesome. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate the information, and thank you for visiting with us.
Thanks. It's an honor to be here again, Lisa.
All right. And remember, if you'd like more information about what we just discussed, you can go to ProSmilesOC.com. We'll be right back.
The whiskey drought and the beer chases my blues away, and I'll be okay. Yeah, I'm not big on social graces. I slip on down to the oasis 'cause I got friends.
Welcome back. Well, as I mentioned, we have the funny lady, Joey Sims, here on behalf of the Comedy Club. Well, Joey, thank you for coming all the way over. We appreciate you coming into the studio. Thank you.
Thank you, and thanks for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, you look beautiful in blue. That's a great color for you.
Thank you. I know blue is good for TV.
This is true. All dark colors and all solids for sure.
Yeah.
Well, now, you've been doing this for a very long time, and I know you do performances, and I'm excited that you have a TV show now, so it's all very exciting. But you have a new addition to the club. But before we get into that, tell me just about the Comedy Club.
Well, the Comedy Club is wonderful. I really enjoy it. And we are one of the big donors for Meals on Wheels, which is very important. I've lived here 21 years. I know what Flora Sylvester does.
Yeah.
Does much more than people even know, like support us with lawyers and driver's tests and Weight Watchers and all the things. Exercise classes, they have great exercise classes, so I really am pleased to have them as our benefactor. I really am.
That is awesome. Now most of your proceeds that you get from your events goes towards that, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Well, it's a charitable organization, and we have to donate, and we do.
Oh, okay.
But we just donate to them. We really think we're doing a good job because they've served thousands of meals in Meals on Wheels, in Laguna Woods. So
Exactly. In fact, we had Steve Moyer on not too long ago with Agewell Senior Services, and he talked a lot about the demand for Meals on Wheels and how our population of 65 and over is growing rapidly.
right. I saw him on that show. It was very good.
Yeah. So very exciting that you support a great organization that is definitely needed. Now, let's talk about, you've got a new addition.
Yes, I have a new producer who is really a lot of fun and very knowledgeable. And she is taking films of the audience.
Okay.
And then, what is the word where they fix it for the...
Editing.
They do a lot of editing. And anyway, she used to be vice president of Columbia Pictures, and she's very knowledgeable. She was supposed to be here today, but she can't swim as well as I, so she didn't make it here. But she'd like to come next time.
Okay.
But she's got us on TV on Sundays on Channel 6 at 12:30.
Nice.
She's helped us make a lot of strides. I'm really thrilled to have her. Her name is Noreen Conlon.
Noreen
Conlon,
Conlon.
yes.
And we actually looked her up a little bit, and she's got her IMDb, so she was a big deal up there in Hollywood, and I
Yes.
think that's very exciting for you guys because you mentioned she's doing a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff for you.
Yes, she is. Yeah, she's acting somewhat like an agent, and she's helping me out, and She's a really nice lady, and we probably never would have gotten on TV without her, because you know how much it takes.
Yes.
And so I'm just thrilled to death with her.
Oh.
And she loves the comedy club. We have a great audience. I think our audience is the best audience in Laguna Woods because my comedians come for so much less than you would have to pay them. They're all headliners from the ships in Vegas.
Right.
But they love our audience. Our audience is a perfect comedy audience. They laugh, they cheer, they give standing ovations. They're just really super people.
That's nice. And you know, like you said, these performers come from all over, and it probably is reassuring to know that their material is well received, and probably gives them a big boost. And
it's received well. I go over everything before I let them, and it's perfect for our audience. And we ride the edge, but we don't get dirty. You know what I mean? And they just love it. They love it, and it's fun. And each one is so different. Right. This next one, he's just a doll. His name is Mark Schumacher. I've had him about 4 times. He's a teacher at Mission Viejo High School.
Oh, he is?
He is, but he does a lot of comedy, and he's done New York and Los Angeles, Chicago, London, Paris. He's been around.
What does he teach?
Mission Viejo High School.
Right. Do you know what subject matter he teaches?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'll have to ask that.
Okay.
We always just talk comedy when I'm with him. Yeah.
Perfect.
But anyway,
Well,
he's going to be fun. The women all like him.
Well, yeah, look, he's got nice blonde hair.
He's very
looks
cute.
Nice young man.
And he lives in, they have to live fairly locally. I mean, I get them from Hollywood and Burbank, but we don't put them up in a hotel or anything like that. So they have to.
Right.
But I used to go to the Improv. I used to work part-time at the Improv, and I know them for a long time. So getting the right ones is the trick.
Yeah. Now, the Improv in Irvine.
Yes.
Yeah. Has that reopened?
Oh, yeah, it's open.
Oh, good.
It's open. It got a little wild for me. It was a little dirty for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I hated when my girlfriends were all passed out on the floor before I came out.
That's too much.
And when I moved here 21 years ago, I have done so much in my life, but I wanted to have my own comedy club, and I saw the need for it, and they had one that was just kind of limping along, and so that's why I've done it for so long.
So now that, you know, we interviewed you via Zoom, and we had a blast with some of those fun jokes being inside, and so now it's all open. What do you think?
You mean?
Well, you can go to restaurants now, you can go to the clubhouses, so it's like a free-for-all.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And in June, if anyone wants to, we're on YouTube, you know, and Google. And if you look up YouTube, the show in June, it was remarkable. People had tears in their eyes. They were so anxious to get out, and the comedians kept telling them how young they were to have the spirit to all be out there. We are asking now that they show their vaccinations.
Right.
So we all feel safer that way, and that's nice. But the June show was just so full of love. It was a good show, and I think we're up to December or November on the television, but you can always catch it all on YouTube.
Right. Now, the event that's coming up is January 27th, and that is in Clubhouse 5.
Right.
Now, how does ticket sales, how does that all work?
Well, first I want them to remember it's always the 4th Thursday of the month, and we've been dark for 2 months. That's why this is going to be a rah-rah crowd also, which is great.
Right.
But what people do, they mostly line up about 5:45, and then by 6 they've all got their drinks. You have to buy them at the bar. You can't bring them in, and we investigate that too. So they have to do what they're supposed to do and buy the bar. Anyway, then they dine and wine. People bring salads and tacos and things. So by the time that hour's up, they're ready for the show.
Exactly.
And then it goes from 7 to 9, and then we have coffee and cake.
Okay.
Very nice. For free.
I love that. Well, that's right. Now, what does tickets cost?
$10.
Oh, $10.
For
okay.
Our people, and $12 for guests.
Okay, excellent. And do you sell out?
Sometimes. You know, it's been a little slower because of the COVID.
Yeah.
But we
Wow.
used to have 450 almost all the time.
Wow. Well, okay, so, recently there was a mask mandate that went into place, and that's supposed to go on until early January.
Yeah,
Now,
January 16th. But what I hope is that it's over by the time the next show is, which is January 27th, right?
right, well, that'll be nice. That'll be
Yeah,
nice.
that'd be nice. I always tell people, if you're not going to laugh, put your mask on.
Too
But
funny.
they mostly laugh, so.
Yes, yes. Well,
Actually, I
excellent.
got hit on more with my mask on.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I think
Well, you can hide all sorts of
yeah,
stuff.
I think
in
they
there.
thought I was younger. That was.
Well, Joey, we appreciate you sharing the information with us. Good luck to you, and we'll catch you in a month or so and have you come back.
Thank you so much. I always enjoy being here, Lisa. Thank you.
You're welcome. And if you want to watch Joey Sims, you can tune in right here on Village Television at 12:30 on Sundays. We'll be right back.
Now lately things been kinda crazy, 'cause I don't see you in my world at all. You pick me up and
Setting resolutions can help you get off to a good start in 2022. A new year can be the beginning of you making changes and living the way you've always wanted. The beginning of finally achieving all the goals and desires that you have. The common hopes many have every January 1st include getting fit, increasing finances, finding love, dealing with less stress, and achieving happiness. If 2021 wasn't great for you, let that motivate you even more to make 2022 the best year ever. I found several ideas for New Year's resolutions. Some are familiar and others you may not have thought of. So here goes. Manage your time better. This means not only setting a schedule, but sticking to it. Being diligent about doing things when you'll do them. When it's time to go exercise, go exercise. When it's time to research or read, do that. Getting in the habit of doing things on your schedule will save you time and allow you more time to do the things you enjoy. Also, it'll help yourself avoid the effects of procrastination. Stop buying things you don't need or buy less. Choose to spend your finances on things that really matter to you or things that you really need. The things you buy should be related to what you're passionate about or items that you need. We're often persuaded by clever advertisements to buy the latest things and other gadgets. But stop and ask yourself if it's what you really want or something you really need. Reflect and reconnect with what you value in life. Once you've come to a clear understanding of your values, purchase accordingly. Also, take a good look in your closet or your drawers to make sure you aren't buying multiple of one item, because you can start running out of room. Don't let the little things bother you as much. There are many things in life to get mad about. If we waste our time getting mad about everything, we won't have much time to be happy. Practice being patient in moments where you could get upset. Do your best not to dwell on things that bother you for more than a few minutes. Declutter your space. We all had time to do that last year, but now if you didn't take the time to do that, now is a great time to do it. There are many things you're holding on to, and it's time to let them go. The clutter you have stored up takes more space that you could have other things in their place, and you would enjoy them more. Your clutter could also bring new joy to someone else. Take time to go through all the things you don't really use anymore and decide to make room for new things that bring you more joy. Take a risk. Taking a good risk can sometimes lead to some great results in life. It's important to take chances every now and then to challenge yourself. Master classes for different kinds of things are always a great idea. If you haven't checked into it, do so. I hope these resolutions will help you have a great 2022. Happy New Year. We'll be right back.
Don't forget our movie is going to be on today at 2 o'clock, and today's movie is called Disorganized Crime. It was produced in 1989. It stars Fred Gwynne and really an all-star cast of a lot of our favorite actors in the late 80s and 90s. And it is 101 minutes, sponsored by Saddleback Memorial. It is rated R, so I can imagine it's mostly for language. But this is four crooks that cause trouble while waiting for their leader, which happens to be Corbin Burnson, and he's being chased by two, kind of clumsy cops. So I understand it's a pretty funny movie, and I think you'll enjoy it, and kind of like a Don Knotts kind of thing. But that's going to be Disorganized Crime, and that's with Fred Gwynne, and that's going to be this afternoon at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock is without subtitles, and usually we do have subtitles for that 2 o'clock showing, but unfortunately this movie came without. So at 2 o'clock and 6 o'clock, it will be without subtitles. We want to encourage you too, if you ever want to share a movie or have a movie that you have of interest and you want us to see if we can get it through our distributor, be sure and email us at lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com, and our good friend Mark Weiss will try and get that movie for us. So if you have any suggestions, let us know, and we'll be sure to try and make that happen. Well, we have something else that's happening. That's going to be our transportation meeting. That's going to be on Friday, January 21st. That was supposed to be on today. However, they had to cancel it due to the pandemic. And what we'll do is now show that to you live here on Village Television. That's going to be at 9:30 a.m. And they've told me it's going to last about an hour and a half long. So be sure and get your questions and comments into them. You can do that via Granicus, or you can also email them with your questions or comments. And then we'll rebroadcast that on January 25th at 6 o'clock, January 27th at 1:30 p.m. So very important transportation informational meeting, and this is really going to be affecting our bus riders and our possible partnership with our Age Well Senior Services. So be sure and tune into that on Friday. Well, what else do we have? Well, one more thing we're going to tell you about is the Orange County Grand Jury. They were here with Lisa Hart just a couple weeks ago. They're asking you to apply, but their deadline is January 14th, and that's going to be the time for you to get your information in there, and you can do that online, ocgrandjury.org, or you can call them at 657-622-6747. A very worthwhile endeavor. It does take a lot of time and commitment, but I think it'd be a very interesting process if you have the time to spend some time on the Orange County Grand Jury. Well, that'll do it for my time here on our program. I do thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again next time right here on This Day.